Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Up next, we're about to discuss the alleged sexual abuse case where R.Kelly claimed learning disability led to his court case a loss. Can you imagine, seriously, claiming that, you have learning disabilities? I'm like, that's like... Even an intelligent person or the dumbest person wouldn't throw that card, seriously.
I mean,
and to think
I'm beginning to feel like his lawyers are dumb also. I'm sorry.
Because the letter should have even gone to the lawyers in the first place, not to him directly.
I mean, even if you went to him directly,
it could have,
you are in a hot soup.
A hot mess.
So whatever paper is coming to you, even if it's blue,
straight
black,
to
red,
the
well arranged,
exactly.
not well arranged, you want somebody to read it and tell you what it's saying.
Especially if you know you have that learning disability.
Well, then I guess he was in prison as well, so he could say, because I know for sure that if he does go along,
yeah, but he came out, and then the date was after he came out.
He got subpoenaed in jail. He got subpoenaed.
He was served in jail.
Yeah, the paper got to him in jail.
He's not saying he did not get it.
Yeah,
he got it.
But I'm saying, but when he came out though, he must have known, or someone must have told him that,
Or even while still in jail, while they were handing it over to you, could say, oh, can you help me read this? What's in it? Or something.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's what people do. Especially when when you're illiterate, that's what you do. When you have a learning disability,
and that's my point. I'm trying to figure out how the lawyers are going to make this credible in court. Is that they say that this learning disability is a new thing because he clearly hasn't had any history of not reading his papers before today. So is it that
there's been a history of him being called an illiterate that he can't read? We've known that. Yeah, we've known that in the past. But that's what I'm saying, because you know this and you know what you are in right now. I mean, if I, God forbid, if I were in his shoes, any paper
that comes, like, please check it.
Even if it's even if he fold it like this and show it.
I mean, no support. You already know how I feel about this guy, but I'm really starting to feel bad for him.
Because
it's one thing right after the other.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is the karma. I don't know how bad he was during his time of assault.
If he were in Africa, they would have said
bad for him. But
now,
the way his lawyers are handling things and the way he's handling things is making me feel even angry.
Do you not think he should change his lawyers now?
I think he should change. Do you know he has lawyers for different things? He was in prison not for the sexual assault, but for custody. So that means he's going through so many things, and he has lawyers for different things. We checked his net worth today, from 150 million to $1 million.
I don't think he's even up to that 1 million, because at one point in time we talked about what was left in his account. It was like $165.
Yeah. So to be getting a lawyer for that kind of person, I think he's just in the first instance
when he was actually put in prison, I think just for a few days or so, it was another lady that came to his aid with 100,000 bailout.
So the woman from the orphanage or something.
Yeah, from the orphanage. Yeah. So it's like his money situation has tipped over completely, because it's not just the sexual case. He's not getting money to carry on.
And then he used to sort his
studio rent. Yeah. And then he also has issues with the what do they call it now? The children, the
custody of the children,
child support. That's
he wasn't paying that, so
exactly. So his finances are a complete mess. His reputation in tatters. It's just a nightmare, and it's going down.
I really do hope that he serves. Because he's a scapegoat clearly, but I hope that this scapegoat thing that he's doing actually has an impact on people, that they realize the seriousness of assaulting a woman, because sometimes you can get drowned in the whole R.Kelly thing and you forget his crime.
Let's not go there. He has not been proven guilty yet. Until he has, then we can go down that route. Okay.
But it's still a warning to everybody out there.
Yeah, watch out.
Make sure there is proper consent. Not I thought you wanted
not
it,
a maybe.
or
ask.
Your body language said.
Look at the two of you. Look at the two of you.
You know
it's easier said than done.
But it is possible to do.
Yes, I know. But
and also try to stay away from ladies that are trouble.
No, but it's not that. With women, one time you're saying one thing, but in actual fact, you mean something else.
Like
and to be patient enough to let her figure it out. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
saying.
Even
if she says yes now, and then the next minute she's saying no.
You stop there.
As long as she said no, you have to stop there.
You're not a wild animal. You can control.
Even animals control themselves. So yeah, it's like an insult.
Doing anymore.
It's like an insult to call them
Where is the fair where I need him? Seriously. Okay. All right. Next up, Zari Hassan finally breaks silence on her leaked sex tape. Oh, this reminds me of Kim Kardashian. I'm like, is it the same old stuff that is? But like she said, I think she was blackmailed, wasn't she?
Yeah, so she dated this guy.
By her ex-boyfriend. Yeah, okay, you tell us the story.
She dated this guy for a while. It was nice. And then they were long distance for a minute. So I guess in a long, and I can tell you all about that, but...
Okay.
She can.
In a long distance relationship, you have to do what you have to do to keep the love and the fire and all that stuff. But then he went ahead, started recording their sessions
An
and
episode,
stuff.
one of them.
And then right after the breakup, he started threatening her to give her for her to give him some money. And she refused. So he said, I'm going to release it, whatever. She said, you're not going to have that kind of hold on me. So do whatever you want to do.
That's what I like about her.
Yeah. You see, I like that as well. And I think another thing about this whole thing is that the leak or the sex tape was a tasteful one because it was love. It wasn't like she was trying to like
be a porn star.
Do you get what I mean? This is out of love. Like you trusted this person. If anything, it just speaks bad on the man's character and it has nothing to do with her.
Besides, she has moved on.
So because we do not know how to determine the character a man would wear on in the next few years. I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody and maybe it's long distance or not, and you think doing all the whole things they did on video works, how do you know this is not going to backfire at the end of the day? Do we now encourage it or totally discourage it because you don't know when men will decide to be men?
Yeah, this definitely hit me hard because I guess at the end of the day, it's all risk. Like the minute you start dealing with a human being, best friend, mother, brother, you don't know tomorrow.
Exactly,
you never really, so it's almost like how do you even live life without like always looking at the back of your shoulder or just having massive trust issues.
That's why I like the way she has handled it. She's like,
I'll live my life.
You do whatever you want to. And she was not. You know, if it was some other girls, they would have been like, oh my goodness, what am I going to start from? That's my reputation going down the drain. Exactly. Every money that I have, then it goes to you. Seriously, no, it doesn't work like that. So I really like the fact that she was able to stand her ground and stand up, and she manned up actually to this guy, and I hope that. Okay.
Yes, girl.
Elsie said feminist.
I like that. Hashtag woman up.
Yep.
Okay, so she stood up to this guy, you know, for lack of a better word.
Why is it difficult for it to say woman up?
Because I think stood up is actually a better word, technically speaking.
Why can't you use woman up? You see, you're
then I was using slang.
Please still use slang.
No, I have to speak proper English. Wow. Considering I usually have tea with Her Majesty. Okay, should we move on, or we've got still got a little?
I mean, there was the whole controversy about P Square, the guy Peter.
Yes, and I saw that
actually thought that the leak that they was talking about was the confirmation of her ex-boyfriend accusing her of Peter. So I thought the sex tape was her and Peter doing things, but I didn't even know it was just some.
It was her
Did you look for the tape?
Oh no, I don't want to watch that.
Oh.
No, I don't.
I think Elsie might have.
No. I wish I had the time.
Okay.
But
nah, you're not interested.
I just wish she has like a Chris for a mother who can like capitalize on that, and she becomes the next Kim Kardashian. Because
I think she's had a little bit of reputation here in what do we say, here in Africa, and I think she has some kind of fame as well attached to who was that, her boyfriend again? Diamond Platinum.
Yeah, Diamond.
Yeah, and what else? There was something.
Well, there's also good. There's also bad assessment. Whether she was I don't know, like an escort.
An escort. I was going to go there in America, and that.
But that's alleged and hearsay. We don't know that for a fact.
Exactly. So, but I just wanted to chip that in because it's part of all of the things that you have to put into the equation when you're analyzing.
But let me ask for the table, right? Do you think that she did have an affair with Peter while she was with...
Oops. I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know. And I think for a woman who is able to stand up to a blackmailer, not just a stranger, someone who was in your circle. Yeah, I think she's smart enough to know what to do and what not to do. So,
all right, let's move on to our next story. It's regarding Donald Trump, who puts Jussie Smollett on blast and calls him a third-rate actor. I think Donald Trump has been upset with this guy from the get-go when they talked about MAGA. Do we have the video? I don't know if we've got the video. We've got pictures, but I don't know if we've got video. But if we do have videos, I'm sure they'll let me know.
Don't you think he was taking Jussie out of contest?
How do you mean?
When he was speaking, because he said Jussie came out to say he was beaten up by MAGA country.
That's what he said.
But that was not exactly how he said it.
He
said he was beat up by 2 people mentioning the MAGA word.
Yes, and I think that's how they said it. MAGA country.
Yeah, this is the MAGA
country. That's what those people said.
Take your black, gay,
something like that.
Something.
Yeah. So he was repeating what what's his name has said.
Jussie.
Said.
So what Jussie had said, and I think from that point when he said that, he annoyed Trump, because you know that's his own kind of slogan. Is make America great again. Okay, so ever since he said that,
direct attack to Trump. Donald Trump's
exactly, and that's why he took offense from the get-go. He has never been supportive of this story right from the get-go.
But what if that's
what they said. That's what I'm saying.
Because we're still on what if on this case when it comes to R.KELLY, Jussie, Michael Jackson. Everything is sounding inconclusive like INEC. So I don't know what to think of anymore.
That's excellent analysis right there.
Okay. So I don't know. Sometimes I want to feel like Jussie really lied, but other times I feel like, why would he lie and still stand on that ground till now? Even when something comes up and you're like, oh, he's going to be slammed this lawsuit, and you feel like this is when he's going to say,
but to be fair,
I was lying.
The best way to get away with the lie is to. Don't you remember when we were kids when they said that you take the meat and there's stew around your lips?
This is way too much. It's
and
gone
you
past.
say no.
This is way too much.
If he admits to it, until he's proven
because
guilty,
the police department are claiming that they have evidence that proves him guilty, right? And then suddenly the charges are dropped. And then we saw how
over the top.
This whole trial was all over the media, the police granting press conferences.
I think the one thing that makes me really believe that Jussie isn't 100% innocent is how the boys, the Nigerian boys, keep coming back to say, listen,
and I'm waiting for
to buy your news.
That this case, there is
something behind the curtains,
yes, and the thing is they don't want to expose it, because if they expose it, Jussie himself, the police department, the lawyers themselves, the district attorney, all of them stand to lose something. So there is something that is tying all 3 of them together, and they don't all want to expose. And that's why one of the reasons why Jussie's lawyer said if the police come to court, they will expose everything. So I tell you, I think it's still going to come to that point where the truth will eventually come out anyway, and everybody will be like, okay, so this is the person telling the truth, or this is the person telling the lie.
Do you remember how excited Ife Oshuke, when we talked about Donald Trump saying the investigations are going to be reopened and blah, blah, blah. And that's like almost 3 weeks now.
Nothing has been done.
Nothing concrete has been done. So that's making me think about what exactly they're trying to cover. Because if this was very straight, and no powers that be behind Jussie or the police or somebody, this would have gone worse than this.
Sorry, let me just quickly touch on what Elsie has said. It's just, I feel that Trump is probably doing something, but he's still doing investigations. He hasn't concluded, like INEC. Like he said, when he concludes, he will come out and actually
we are tired of so many inconclusives. Let's conclude this thing.
That's the thing, because it's dragging too long now. The Empire story is dragging too long. Or should we say the Jussie Smollett story?
Jussie Smollett story,
it's dragging way too long. We need to conclude it one way or another, and I don't know who's going to conclude. I hope it's Donald Trump that will put it.
What do you think will be the outcome of the conclusion? What do you
answer your question? We need to round up.
We have no idea. Like, it is complicated.
Oh, we need to round up, guys. In as much as this is interesting, that's where we're going to call it a day. Join us tomorrow for absolutely new episodes of Tea Time. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors Ife and Elsie, and of course the entire production team as well. I'm Tokumbo Tai was saying goodbye for now. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't leave here.
My real names are Akbofyokobo, Akbolubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian, because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
It's the afternoon edition of Tea Time, and if you have been watching our program, you'll know that we only bring you the freshest, the hottest, and the juiciest entertainment stories. I'm Stonebwoy here with my comrades in entertainment, the elegant and the eloquent Elsie Godwin and Ife Omai. Hello, you two.
Hello. You're going to call us Commander-in-Chiefs.
Oops. Okay. Where do I even start?
What's the juice? What's the tea?
What's the what?
What's the juice? What's the tea?
What's the tea? Okay. Let's see. Who's got it? Let's see.
Stonebwoy.
Stonebwoy, that's it, yes.
He does not have a competition. Do you agree with that?
Of course not. Like,
he doesn't.
He does.
Exactly.
First of all,
I think he's just writing on the back of the fact that he won two awards.
And he's saying reggae, actually, not...
Sorry, dancehall, yeah. Yeah, but Shatawale does that as well. And Shatawale has more...
something to show for it.
Yes, but it's not all about... Yes, yeah, but even so...
But sometimes, you know, when people are just good, you finally have to use something to separate them. Right? And now he has the awards going for him, so... He could.
But for him to
at
mention
the end of the
statement
day,
that he
exactly,
has
it's an insecure complex.
I'm all up for blowing your trumpet. Like these days, people will not appreciate you until you begin to appreciate yourself. So I think he.
But you know these awards, sometimes they give the people the awards on how do I even put it? On certain kind of political criteria.
I don't think so for this one.
Yes.
For example, what if it's just that his family members voted a lot more than another person? Sometimes awards don't necessarily review the
especially like Nickelodeon, which is by vote, isn't it? You know, so exactly. So I don't know what this is.
Not by vote, is it?
That's what I'm saying. So if it's vote, if it's not by vote, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if it's been selected, you see, what picture is actually coming to my mind is one time when Adele won an award that everyone thought Beyonce was going to win, and she gave credit to Beyonce because so in this kind of case, we don't really know who the talent.
The difference there is that Adele sees Beyonce as her role model, or she's a fan. But if you check statistics, aside from winning that award, Adele has more fans than Beyonce.
It's not about the fans, it's about the award, and it's about the album, and it's about the talent, and it's about the music.
No. I think then we're all being sentimental because comparing the album at the time.
I'm saying even comparing Beyonce and Adele, who is a bigger star? Come on now, that's why she's given accolades.
If you're looking at the statistics, I mean, we all love Beyonce. She's been there for a very long time.
That's what I'm saying, exactly like this, Elsie, that people love Shatawale. He's been there right from time. People like his music. He's been ticking all the boxes.
I think the overlining summary is that Stonebwoy does have competition, and he blew his horn out of proportion with this statement.
No, not just out of proportion. He blew it, which is a big deal.
So you think so? You think he has no competition?
Of course, he has competition. But even Shatawale that would say, "Oh, this is his major competition in Ghana." I mean, I don't think that Shatawale does not Africa. He broke it down to a point, but I don't think Shatawale does not blow his own trumpet. Most times he comes out to brag, he comes out to go at anybody that is going to say anything, you know, so I think he's even saying his own in a very, very calm way.
I have no competition.
Can you imagine? I think Elsie is a fan of Stonebwoy.
I think I have no competition.
I think Elsie is a fan of bragging.
No, it's a psychological thing. It's something you tell yourself.
But the thing is, Elsie, you don't use your awards. Elsie, I know you've received so many awards, but you don't use your award to say, okay, because of that, I believe I'm the best.
I'm not even an award fan, really. Okay. I'm not an award person.
Should we move?
We should move on to our next story. Yes, Ife. Let's move on. So our next story this afternoon is on BB Naija star Chloe, who shades celebrities signing peanut endorsement deals and making noise on social media. So Chloe, aka, is it Coco?
Chloe. Yeah, Coco.
Yeah, Coco. So
I really like what she said. I remember we talked about this topic somehow when we're talking about like Yahoo boys, and I was saying that black people in general, we spend too much time and money in not prioritizing our finances well just because we want to look good and package ourselves. And I remember Elsie was saying, well, then white people should learn from us, blah, blah, blah. But it still goes back to the same idea that
it's a black thing.
And it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing because if you put so much effort on your superficial, and superficial is expensive because you want to wear the best of the best, and you want to have no competition and be on top with your eyebrows and be on top with your shoes and on top with your cars and on top with the phone and on top with the, and then your salary is 120K a month.
Exactly.
How would you not cloud chase? So I agree with every statement that she's made.
Okay, Elsie.
But I mean, what she's saying is, I think she touched a bit on that, but she was coming from a totally different angle, because I think she was talking about celebrities who come out to tell you they've got some kind of endorsement deal, and meanwhile, like, it's really nothing. Like, they're probably just, okay, Oga, sign me. Make us see whether, as you sign me, another brand will now feel like, oh, this girl is a big deal for this brand to sign her.
Well,
so
that's
maybe
called the hustle. They're hustling for the money.
And the thing is, it has gotten to the point where they want to do things for the gram, right? And because of that, they don't even understand what they're worth. Like, a brand that would usually pay in
millions,
double-figure millions in the past,
will now pay less.
Will now pay less because they know they would just want to jump on this thing. They just want to be part of it. And at the end of the day, they keep themselves in a particular box
and
whereby
now water down the industry
for themselves, because they're sometimes sitting in a glass and watching people making the real money, and they wonder, how did this person get to this point of being paid?
Meanwhile, you were the one
because
that
you've been sabotaging yourself and the industry. But this person has stayed through and has realized that I'm worth this. I need to wait for it. I need to negotiate it properly. So it's something that has been going on in the industry for a while, and it is killing the endorsements and influencing market.
Comes down solely from this superficial lifestyle, and I guess it's an industry thing. I'm not even going to say Nigeria or black or whatever. It's just an industry, a human thing. We are
it's not predominantly black. We know that from
for sure. Yes, but the idea that it's that for Chloe to say that, I think what she's trying to let us understand that it's becoming an epidemic in the industry, that people are putting so much pressure. I mean, Nigeria is hard. I mean, I haven't lived here for long, but I know already that it's hard. So when I look at these people,
anywhere else though?
No, Nigeria is a different kind of hard.
No, but seriously, is it not hard anywhere?
Nigeria is a different kind of hard. So imagine now going on your social media, your colleagues with these people, you're getting the same salaries, but they are buying shoes that is 6 months of their salary. You wonder, like, where is this coming from? And that's what she was saying in her Instagram, that sometimes it makes her feel bad, like, am I not working hard enough? Because it seems like these people are...
Yeah, but here in Nigeria, a lot of people have, their fingers in different pies. So it's not just one source of income. And the thing is, with the Nigerian people and the Nigerian mentality, or should I say the African, I don't know for a fact, but I know for Nigeria, not everyone's going to tell you where they've got their finger, or what pie they've got their finger in, but they're getting some little money here and there. So some people do things at the back, that you don't have a clue that, but they're getting money.
The pie is not morally right,
That's another thing. Of course.
No, but there are people who are doing morally right stuff.
I know. I'm just saying. I said sometimes.
Sometimes, exactly.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that she included in the part where she's letting us know that she struggles even with giving into this pressure, and she prays that God keeps her with her originality, because I can imagine in that kind of lifestyle you have to look perfect. You have to be perfect.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest development on the R. Kelly saga. We'll be right back.